Hey, how you doing? This is Jay, and this is my SNL Podcast. I'm a huge fan of Saturday Night Live. There's a lot of people who are fanatics about long-running legendary shows. There's a lot of Star Trek nerds, Simpsons geeks who know all the trivia about the Simpsons, and there's all kind of nerds out there who are obsessed with different type of television shows. Even canceled shows like X Files and little sci-fi things. But I am a huge fan of the show Saturday Night Live. Um, I even with the show's past, the history, all the great cast members that's come from the show, like Chevy Chase, Eddie Murphy, all the way up to the present. And everybody in between, like Kristen Wiig and whatnot. It's just everybody. I'm not a fan of every cast member, but just them being on the show, I just have a certain, respect, and admiration just for them being on there. I'm not also too, even, how people have teams, like sports fanatics, you have teams. Even when your team loses, you still cheer for them. I'm the same way with Saturday Night Live. Even when it's not funny, I still, I'm still rooting for it. I'm still, oh well, that wasn't a funny episode, but you know what? I'm gonna watch it again and blah blah blah. They're still, they gave it their best, and this is the best they could do for this week. Next week they're gonna do better. It's my team. And I don't care who gets traded, who gets drafted, who's in the cast. I'm still gonna watch it. I do have a life outside of Saturday Night Live. I work and have things to take care of like everybody else. And yeah, I do get out on the weekends. This is my computer making noises right here. Yeah, I do get out on the weekends. I do get out on Saturdays, Saturday nights. But what I try to do is I try to schedule things around the show schedule. When there's a new episode, I'm in for the night. And during the summer when they show nothing but reruns, I'm all over the place. But during the fall and the winter, when they're showing new episodes, if they're showing a rerun, yeah, I'll go out or do something else. But when it's a new show, I'm watching Saturday Night Live. I'm just a huge SNL geek. I'm not ashamed of that. Let me talk about the podcast itself. What you can expect on this podcast. I'll be doing episode reviews. I'll be giving my opinion on different things, like different sketches, different skits. What if I thought it was funny or not, and also kind of describe it to people who maybe didn't catch the show. Let's see. I'll talk about the upcoming host, musical guests. I'd like to even do some interviews with other SNL nerds like myself. And I'd also like to, interview some improv comedians who would like to be on the show one day, or upcoming stand-up comedians who aren't far removed, where I could actually get their contact information and maybe they do this podcast. Not the ones who have so much heat on them. I probably got to talk to 12 different agents just to get them on the phone. But yeah, I'm just a fan of the show, and it's just not going to be me rambling on about Saturday Night Live. I'll also dip into other things revolving the show, but the main theme of this podcast will be about things around Saturday Night Live and the show itself. I'm going to try to update it weekly when I have time, or even if it's just a little 2-minute update. I'll try to say what I can, and basically, that's all I'd like to say. I just want to introduce myself. Again, I'm Jay, and this is the SNL Podcast. That's the name of this podcast, the SNL Podcast. All right, the end.